Final round.
I already know how I'm coming, man. Tryna run the town. Tell no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's about smoke, then we talk all of that. From an ounce to a pound. Check it, they biting this now. Cause my drip right up the seat. How could they be? Give me a couple of rounds. Cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see they start crumbling now. Mad struck, start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock blitz, know they look how it freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just to form a warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the gang, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. And then go with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them bills on the duty. On the stick, see, I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See, my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. Then reload the clip and record the clip. It's go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me wanna see tuned into that VGP.
Take over the west and the east, and we got just what you need on vitamin G.
Hello. Welcome to this week's episode of the Vitamin G podcast. I am your host, Pharaoh, and with me, we have a long-time no-see member, Nappy, man. How you been? What you been playing?
I've been doing good, man. I've been outside, chilling in the hood, my B-boy stance hoodie on and my controller in my pants. But anyway, besides that point, I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 6. I love Battlefield 6. It has been a long time since we had a good Battlefield game. So I'm glad to see that Battlefield 6 came out, and I just been playing the hell out of it. I enjoy it so much. For all you Call of Duty motherfuckers that like to be assault and then run in the middle of the goddamn fucking street and then get shot down and be like, why is nobody healing me? Why the hell are you running in the middle of the goddamn street?
Hey,
y'all motherfuckers
don't worry.
Be trying to be yelling at support, talking about where my revives at. Motherfuckers, they be using y'all as bait. Like inside of a building by yourself. You can't see nobody, but you know a door is open and you're talking and you just see the guy yelling, revive me. Of course I'm not going to revive you. There's someone else behind the goddamn door waiting to shoot my ass. Like, no. But y'all Call of Duty people are annoying. Y'all need to learn how to play Battlefield. It's actually tactics, man. You got to go from building to building. Like engineers and tanks, they the ones that can go down center with the engineer behind it. Maybe one or two assault people behind it. Like the recon people, they know what to do. Get them charges, blow up them tanks, and I don't know. But the game is fun. It's just funny to see a bunch of Call of Duty players not able to keep up. But I love it. Other than that, we got more controller stuff. Controllers from China. I got the Baton. This Baton KP70, which is now being shown on their YouTube channel for the American YouTube channel. So this controller is eventually going to come out soon for the American audience, or for the Western audience. It's just, and this is a controller shell I'm gonna swap it out with. But I kind of got the controller early, so because I'm really going to do an early review on it. But it's pretty much about it. Just mostly Battlefield and being outside.
Yeah, that's what's up. Well, you know me. I'm the purest of pure bots. So what did I do? Picked up that ROG Xbox Ally X, and I
I've seen.
must say, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I am loving it more than I anticipated that I would. Yes, I was anticipating the device. Yes, I thought that it was going to have a feature set that was attractive to me, but you know, everyone, I'm not sure, I'm not gonna say everyone, but as I've said a couple times, I work from home. So the idea of a handheld hasn't always appealed to me, or mobile gaming in general, because Nappy brings up mobile gaming a lot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I never quite, considered mobile gaming being, if I want to game, I'm usually always right by a console. Um, so I got the device. I figured I'd use it here and there, but I've been using it a lot more than here and there. Like I use it like as soon as I wake up every morning. Pretty cool device.
That's cool.
I think there's a ways for it to go as far as like small, minor quality of life improvements that they can make the device better over time. Um, and I think eventually it probably needs to evolve into um, its own like dedicated game mode. Um,
Wait,
that
so you
allows it
telling me
to
you
kind of
thought it had its own dedicated game mode in its Windows?
no, I didn't think it had its own dedicated game mode. I know it had the Xbox application layer that featured the Xbox unified experience. I knew that it
Mm-hmm.
had that, but no, I knew it didn't have a game mode. But I think in the future, as this as Xbox continues to work alongside with Windows, I do think eventually it's gonna need a dedicated game mode. I think a dedicated game mode will take it like exactly where it needs to go as far as like the performance side of it, where it takes everything away. And I think a dedicated game mode may also make it feel a lot more like a console experience. Like maybe in a dedicated game mode, you can have those themes and different things when you're in the Xbox UI that you don't have like currently in the Xbox application. It does feel very much like an Xbox experience, but I think that there's a lot more that they can do to like where you really can't, you know, in a major way tell the difference between the console and the PC handheld experience. I think they can get there, or the PC experience in general, to where it almost feels like a console experience, to where when you're in there, everything is very simple. You can access all your stores and everything you want, and you get to do it without feeling like you're dealing with Windows. Is kind of what I'm saying. I think that's where they eventually can get to.
Okay. So my question is, what games have you been playing on there exactly? Have you been playing some intensive games or light games?
I've played Forza Horizon 5.
Of course.
I played Hollow Knight Silksong, Final Fantasy 16. I played Ninja Gaiden 4. I played Keeper, and I've played Metaphor. I don't know if I said Metaphor already, but I think I played like 6
No, you
games.
didn't. Okay. Well, I mean, I think the most intensive game you said in that list was Final Fantasy 16, which I know does run on the ROG Ally too. So
I would think Forza.
no, Forza is
Forza Horizon 6. Not Final Fantasy 16 isn't the best optimized for PC.
It's not the best optimized, but that's why I say it's the most intensive. But Forza is extremely PC friendly, optimized and everything.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because Forza, you going like 200 miles an hour at times, and
yeah, that's why you can get the blur images and stuff. They can get away with it.
Yeah, so I mean,
but that's really good. That's cool.
I would say 616 has a little bit of chug in it, but it's not any chug that I didn't get when I played on my PC either.
I'll knock that junk down. Do you play a 1080p or a 720p or 900p?
1080p, but I'll probably if I jump back on 16 again, I'll probably drop it down to 720p and see if that kind of gets rid of the chug at all. But I think there's just a natural chug that comes to 16 just based on the optimization of the game. Like I've I've seen people with like 4090s that had issues with the game chugging.
Yeah, that game when it first launched was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so I'm just like,
that was Square Enix trying to get its head off its ass.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of like a rush port. I mean, I don't think there's a single modern Final Fantasy that has a great port to PC. I think Final Fantasy VII Remake has had a couple issues that people have talked about, and Rebirth has had some issues that people have talked about.
I'm not gonna lie, when 15 came out, I didn't have no issues whatsoever.
Oh, well, 15's a while ago. That's like a
whole I was say you said there. That's a whole.
No, I'm talking. I said recent.
Okay. Actually, like, Strangers of Paradise or Paradise. That game actually.
That's not a well. Okay, but that's not a main line.
I mean, it was close enough.
I'm thinking mainline, but I'm not trying to like bash Square Enix, but I'm just saying in general, like in this generation, the mainline Final Fantasies haven't had great ports to PC in general. Strangers of Paradise wasn't a mainline Final Fantasy, and it was made multi-plat from day one compared to the other mainline Final Fantasies. Rebirth, and 16 were console exclusive to the PlayStation 5 and then ported to PC. So I think that might be part of it.
Yeah. I have to say though, just the ROG Ally 2 though, it is doing good. I haven't seen people
what's the ROG Ally 2? I don't know what that device is.
I mean the Extreme.
You mean the Z2 Extreme?
Yeah.
What device are we talking about?
Sorry,
what device are we talking about here?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about the ROG Xbox Ally. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm just making sure. I don't want to be confused here.
I mean, they're okay. So yes, there's a Z2 version, Extreme version, and then there's just a regular Z2 version.
Yeah, like Z2A or something like that is what they call it.
Yeah, it's the non-extreme version. I have to say though, the Extreme version seems to be performing very well. They still said that they think that there still needs to be more driver updates before you get the full effects of this device, which is very unfortunate.
They've given a roadmap out of like features that they plan on adding throughout the rest of this year and early into next year.
Yeah,
so the full feature set is not available on the handheld. It hasn't been utilized within the handheld yet, but to me that's kind of exciting.
Yeah,
as well, the way it's currently performing, you're like, oh, it's going to get even better. So
yeah, and then also talking to some people, I've been watching some evidence of what people have been doing. One person did tick off Windows and put the Steam OS on there, and yeah, the Steam OS, they saw around like 10 FPS, 12 FPS jump in performance. But
so how do we know Windows was upset? Are we assuming, or Windows actually was like?
No, they literally, so it did is it got another NVMe drive and had Steam OS on there.
Yeah, but I'm saying Windows was upset. I'm saying, how do we know that they were upset? Did we get like an official statement? Because I would like to look it up if so.
Oh no, it's not an official statement. No, I'm saying that these are YouTubers. They just literally.
I was literally about to ask you that though. I was literally about to ask you before you said that. Have you seen any videos of people putting Steam OS on there?
Yeah, it's an average of 10 FPS extra, 12 in some cases. Either way, Steam still performs better than the Windows app as of right now. So they still got a ways to go.
Yeah, they have a ways to go. Just like Steam has a ways to go as far as getting more games playable on the device.
Yeah, it's a race. It's a race between Steam and Microsoft at this point now.
I don't think it's going to be much of a race. Like I said,
I mean, you gotta remember, see, the thing about Steam OS is Steam is an open source software. And what Steam has that Microsoft doesn't have is the community that is willing to help make Steam OS better.
How long has Steam been out? How long has the Steam handheld been out?
What has it been, like 4 years now, I think, or 3 years?
Yeah.
4 years?
I would dare to say that by the time we get to this time next year, Windows handhelds, not just including the Xbox Ally, but Windows handhelds in general, since it's a lot more like Android in this instance, and Steam is a lot more like Apple.
You call
I would
Steam Apple? Damn.
in this instant.
I'll say the Microsoft's more so like Apple than Steam.
No, not in this instance. Because they only have one partner device, that's Lenovo. So they had Steam Deck and Lenovo. But what I was going to say is, in this instance, I believe that by this time next year, Windows devices will outnumber Steam OS devices by a rate of about 2-1.
Interesting.
On the handheld market.
That is a bold statement, sir.
I mean, these devices right here are sold out. As far as the Xbox ones in particular, but then there's also other devices like MSI Claw. There's the Lenovo Legion Go 2. There's
that's what I'm going to get the Legion Go 2.
There's the GDP one that insane people want to purchase.
That's because that was like one of the OGs and one of the top dogs.
My issue that I have with the GDP one is that you have to have like a battery attached to the back of it just for it to work at all times. And
that was the one.
And it takes the new one. I was looking at reviews on it, and you can't hot swap. You hot swap, the thing dies. So it's like there's no internal battery that's strong enough, I guess.
I mean,
I was watching little reviews on it, so I was like, to me, that doesn't seem appealing.
I mean, the GDP I really haven't been paying attention to. 5, like I said, I mainly was concerned. The one thing I said I was going to get next year was the Lenovo Legion Go 2 because I like the modular joysticks. I like the modular joysticks, and it comes with a kickstand and stuff. So I heard mixed things about it. Some stuff that people dislike about it, some people that like about it. The one thing I do know is that the performance wise, because of the Z2 Extreme chip is basically the same as the one with the Xbox ROG Xbox Ally. So it's like, with that being said, I was just like, oh, so Z2 Extreme chip, and as long as you have the same amount of RAM, expect the same performance.
Yeah.
And also I could put Steam OS on there to get a better performance if I need to.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, I mean, the Lenovo Legion 2, it definitely looks like a beast. They have that OLED screen. It does come at a premium price, more premium than the Xbox handheld.
But you get the Switch.
You're getting what you pay for. When it comes to these devices, you're definitely getting what you pay for.
And the one of the joysticks and the one of the detachable controllers or Joy-Cons or whatever you want to call them. They can call them Joy-Cons because of Nintendo's ninjas watching. But you could actually use it as like a joystick, which I thought was really cool. And the mouse, and you can do the mouse speaker.
Right? They're Hall Effect.
Yeah, they are Hall Effect, which is shocking why Nintendo didn't make theirs Hall Effect.
Yeah, so it's a very appealing device, especially if you're in that PC realm. Whereas like the Xbox device feels like that safe device, whereas I feel, as a mass market consumer, that I can buy this device, set it up, and I feel like I'm in a console environment more so than I would. I'm in a PC environment if you're not accustomed to PC gaming. So it's interesting, but like I said, I think by this time next year, Windows devices will outnumber Steam handheld devices by about 2-1. It'll be close. It'll be close to about 2-1, I would guess. Lifetime sales for Steam is like what, 5 million?
Actually,
for the Steam Deck, I think it's around. I think it's somewhere between 5 and 7 million. Let's highball it.
Because I mean, also another thing too is a lot of people have been making videos about the Steam Deck and talk about how valuable the Steam Deck is till this day.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just saying let's just say there's 7 million out in the wild, and I'm saying between the Xbox Ally X, Lenovo, MSI, all those devices combined will beat out Steam.
Okay, that's different companies. I mean, if you want to do it that way,
I said Windows devices. I said Windows devices specifically. That's what I was saying.
That will probably make sense. But right now,
I don't think the Xbox Ally handheld is going to sell like 10 million units in a year. I don't think that's going to happen per se, but I do think they might get to like 5, maybe. If by April we see the white one drop down to about 500, because these handhelds do tend to go down in price at a decent pace.
You gotta wait till spring. You better wait.
That's what I said. That's what I said. April. Isn't April spring?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I'm like, if it does about April, it's about 500. That's right around tax season. Also, people get that income tax check. They go and buy,
man.
they go and buy some stuff that they got no business buying. Whether it be cars or handhelds or Jordans or whatever. People splurge during tax season when they get those refund checks. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
So I think that'll kind of give it that push, and I can see in a year the Ally selling around anywhere between like maybe 4 to 5 million units in a year. I can see that happening. I think that's a fair number.
Okay, we'll see. Because right now,
I mean, you're talking about 30 million people who own, like, let's say 40 million people who own Xbox.
Yeah, because if you say like Windows devices in general, handheld devices, then yes, I will definitely say that, because that combines all the different types of handheld devices.
Yeah.
With right now, the Steam is currently sitting around anywhere between. A lot of articles say 4 million. One article says 6 million. So I'm just going to go 4 million.
Let's just say 7. Let's just say 7.
7? Okay.
Because we're talking about by this time next year also. So let's just say by this time next year they sell about 7 million units.
Okay. Sure.
I would say Windows devices will be around anywhere between 14 to maybe 20 by then. Because of the demand of the Xbox handheld, I think that's going to get to around 4 or 5 million units plus whatever is already out in the market as far as Windows handheld devices.
No, I hear you. Not hating at all. I could definitely see what you're talking about. I don't know. I mean, because the thing about it is that I'm just curious to see like how many people are actually going to buy the Windows handheld and install Steam OS.
I don't think that's going to be a lot of people, because you're thinking about specifically PC people, and I'm thinking about how many non-PC people are going to be buying these Xbox handhelds. Like I said, there's about 40 million. Let's say there's 40 million Xbox Series owners, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say anywhere between 1 to 5% of those Series owners buys a handheld. That right there is your 4 to 5 million.
Don't doubt these kids. I mean, these kids, they're smarter than you think.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they're not smarter than I think, but I'm saying if you're talking about the Xbox audience purchasing these devices, which I think is what's going to help give them a boost, those people aren't installing Steam OS for the most part.
That's fair.
For the most part,
I'll say that's a fair statement.
You're talking about your audience is in the PC audience, and I agree with you. The PC audience, they're good. PC audience loves Steam. So do I expect them to install Steam OS no matter what device they purchase? I think there's a high possibility that they do that. So whether they buy a Xbox Ally or a Lenovo Legion or a GDP One or whatever, I think there's a good chance that a person who is in the PC environment will choose to install Steam OS. I think there's a very good chance of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, good handheld talk. Oh, yeah, what you got? What you got?
Nah, I don't got much else. I'm just saying it's interesting to see the handheld market. Like I said, next year for me is going to be the Lenovo Legion Go 2. That is my that's going to be my official port handheld Windows device that I'm going to have Windows.
Talking about next year, there might be something else that get announced by then. You're like, ooh.
No, because usually hardware usually. So around this time of the year and early next year is when they announce the new hardware. So they already announced all the new handhelds. So I'm pretty sure
that's what I'm saying. They might announce something else next year. By the time you're thinking about getting one, you're like,
it's going to be early. It's going to be first quarter next year.
Oh, first quarter. Okay.
Yeah. So first quarter next year, I'm going to get myself my Legion Go 2. Because I was debating about getting a gaming laptop or getting the Legion Go 2. I'm going to get the Legion Go 2. And then by summertime, I'm actually going to get an external GPU for it.
Okay. Yeah, the eGPU dock and all that, like that's kind of exciting to me. Depending on where you plan on playing it and like the added performance that you can get on your
So what I'm actually going to do is I'm gonna get the actual like external GPU chassis itself, and going to have a completely separate power supply, and then have the graphics card, and then it's going to be able to plug in. That's what
I was talking about. We're talking about the same thing.
Okay, cool. Because some people they like to buy the little mini block thing.
I don't like that because that's basically a laptop.
GPU. I kind of don't like it either because of the fact that you can't upgrade it. So
yeah,
I'd rather get the whole chassis, leave that at like a living room TV, so that way if I pick up my dock, I can get that true dock and handheld experience. Now, yes, this is like 6-7 times more expensive than the Switch 2 dock and undock mode, but
the dock itself that I've seen haven't been too expentive. It's the
GPU I'm going to put inside of it.
It's the GPU that's expensive. Yeah.
I mean, the GPU I'm going to put aside of it's going to at least be like a 70 series or RX. No, I'm actually going to go AMD. So it's going to be cheaper. Probably going to get like an RX 9700.
All right. So one of the things that I've seen about that, sorry, we're doing so much PC talk, but hey, we're all about all types of gaming. So the thing that I've seen about the AMD GPUs is that when it comes to these handheld devices, that sometimes there's an issue with the drivers between the chip and the GPU. So they're saying that the RTX is better to get for these handhelds because it does like for some reason AMD and AMD have conflict. I'm just telling you what I've been watching because I've been watching the GPU thing because I want to do the GPU thing at some point too.
Right.
So I've seen that there's some issues in regards to that. Have you seen that?
Is this specifically with the Z2 Extreme Tip?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense because that's new.
I've heard people say use a RTX if you're going to do the eGPU dock at the moment.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, I have confidence in AMD because AMD is going to probably release drivers eventually to make it more susceptible to basically just make it more functionable mostly. I definitely see that happening. But my goal is to get the Legion Go 2, get the external dock. Then I'm gonna put an RX like 97 or 10 or 10,007, whatever they call GPU in there, and that will be my docking handheld gaming station while I still have my main rig. End of this month of Halloween, I'm gonna get myself an RTX 5080 as a Halloween gift for myself.
I think a 5080 would be perfect for the eGPU dock too.
I mean, it would be.
I don't think you need like a 59. No, I'm just talking out loud for everyone. I don't think you need the highest end card for these specifically for these handhelds. There's only so much added performance you're going to get on.
If you got a 5090, you better be mining crypto, or you better be making movies.
Yeah, because there's only so much performance gains you're going to get just based on the chipset that's inside the device. So about a 5080 would probably be like the highest you would probably go.
Yeah, actually, but the 5080 at the end of this month I'm going to put that in my rig so I can have my little performance. I've been rocking my 2070 Super for a long time.
Since we're doing the PC talk, I have been, I've been researching PCs because I've been researching my next PC build, and we've been talking about the emergent cooling, right? I found a company that makes the emergent cooling case, and they sell you 5 gallons of the emergent cooling liquid. Now it is pricey. It's like
I bet it sounds pricey.
It's $2,300, but
you want to build a fish tank? Why do you want an emergency? Oh my god! I mean, it's cool looking.
Well, it increases the performance by like 1 million.
I mean, yeah. I mean, or you could do that. You could do mineral oil. There's a lot of things you could do.
Yeah, you could do mineral oil, but mineral oil is
non-conductive.
Yeah, mineral oil isn't as, but you still need a case, a certain type of case to hold the liquid. If you're just gonna immerse everything in there.
Yeah, I mean it's a cool device. I've seen like underwater, like the little fish tank PC builds. They're cool to get. If you, my thing about it is like when it
I only
comes
brought it
to
up because we were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, the only thing about it is like when it comes to maintaining like the parts, you gotta let that shit sit and dry for like 2 or 3 days before you even attempt to do like repairs or anything.
Yeah.
Even though it's non-conductive, it's still like you got to be careful, and that's the only thing I don't like about it. I'm like, is it cool? Yes. Am I going to use my most expensive gear for it? No, hell no.
Yeah,
It's like that's like a fun PC. That's like a fun display PC.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, I got to tell Nappy about that. That they actually are starting to sell cases and they're starting to sell the liquid to consumers now. Because before when we first were talking about it, they weren't selling this particular emergent cooling liquid to consumers. It was purely business to business. Because I think it debuted last year at GDC when they were showing it how you could do it on servers and stuff like that. So
yeah, gotta love that. Gotta love that. What's it? Mineral oil. That's what everybody was using when they were making those builds.
No, this is a different liquid. This isn't mineral oil.
Oh, yeah, I was saying before then it was all about mineral oil and
I saw that too. That they were talking about that.
And mineral oil makes your wires become very, very stiff.
Yeah. Well, we made it pretty long through the intros. Pretty safe to say no one else is coming. With that said, Nappy, what's on your mind?
What's on my mind? Y'all motherfuckers y'all Call of Duty motherfuckers that keep on playing Battlefield, running down the middle of the goddamn street on the assault class, need to stop doing that. Y'all, and then expect for me to revive y'all when I'm playing support. And then because at first I was like, okay, let me not be a dick and try to revive y'all. Then I end up getting shot. Now we both dead. But other than that, no. Also on my mind, Battlefield 6 is it's a really fun game. I haven't played the campaign yet. I just jumped straight into the multiplayer. I heard the campaign was one good, one bad, 2 okays. Basically it's something about NATO. Like you killed the NATO general, and then other leaders of NATO decide to branch off from NATO and create their own like militia. So I mean, I haven't checked the story out yet, but it's pretty interesting. But yeah, mostly I've been playing a lot of Battlefield. A lot of Battlefield 6. Also, I have started the original Hollow Knight because I realized Hollow Knight 6 songs out, and I was like, you know what, let me start from the beginning. So got Hollow Knight. I'm hopping into that a little bit, and that is pretty much it.
Okay.
Don't really got much else.
I don't feel like one has to do anything with the other. From basically what I've seen, I don't feel like I'm missing anything by not playing the first one. Is basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
I mean, I might be, but when I start the game, I don't feel like I am.
Well, they say that like most people are not going to know the story, but are not going to realize what's going on. But you know, for me, I'm just like I want to play the first one just because, just to get up. Because I mean, it's a single player game. I got time to play it, so it's no problem. And plus, trust me, I am not in no rush. I am so backlogged of games, like extremely backlogged. I am no rush to be getting any more games anytime soon.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm playing Ninja Gaiden now, and the past 2 days have been kind of tough for me to game. My kids have been like all over me. Like like my kids saw me playing Ninja Gaiden, and then he wanted to play Ninja Gaiden. So like, by the time I feel like playing, he's like, "Can you help me with this part?" But he's got it now, so that should be good.
They should be playing oh well, they can't play Ghost of Yote because that just came out I think today.
No, Ghost of Yote came out 3 weeks ago, like October 2nd or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I heard Ghost of Yote is really good. It's very immersive, and I heard it's a good thing they didn't up the graphics of it to add a bunch of other stuff to make the game feel more alive and immersive.
Because
graphics don't mean everything.
Graphics do not mean everything.
Have a
I
good
think they
color
could have
palette. And sorry, go
I
on.
think they could have done some visual upgrades though. Like I don't think it should have been basically a 1-to-1 of Ghost of Tsushima, a
I
game that's like
mean,
6 years old. I think they could have done some visual upgrades. I'll say that much. I'm not saying that it has to be like a brand spanking new engine and yada yada yada, but it's very much Ghost of Tsushima and how it looks.
I mean, but at the same time though, you gotta appreciate this, like Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. Like when you saw Spider-Man 2, the graphically it looked the same, but if you actually look at the city was more lively.
The city was more lively, and they expanded the maps.
So like, come to think about it, like you had your like, like your pros and cons. Like it just shows you graphics are not everything when it comes to these games.
Yeah, they aren't. And you know what? I think that's going to be a perfect segue into our next topic. But I did want to talk about something that was on my mind. All right. And I made a post yesterday about something that's also going to be one of our topics. And, I got a lot of backlash. that was quite interesting. And basically all I was saying is that I am glad that one of the platforms has decided to go a more premium route for the under the box console, because it now gives consumers, gamers who want a more premium experience, the option to partake in a more premium experience versus those who see like, kind of like how you have the option to get a 5090, a 5080, 5070, 5050. Like you can game at the fidelity or at the performance that you value. And I was saying, I'm glad that option is starting to come to gamers on the console side. Right. And, for some reason, me saying that caused a lot of uproar in the community. And I found that to be interesting.
So they don't want you. So the console gamers don't like options like that. They want one console that can.
They want the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox to be damn near the exact same console with no real differentiation between the two. And now that all the games seem to be leaning more towards going multi-plat, it's like, what's the difference then? Like, like as a consumer, what's guiding my purchasing choice if no company is offering me a different set of product and services? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so I'm kind of glad that those differences are emerging in a way where as a consumer I could be like, well, this device might be a little bit more powerful. This device might offer this set of services. This device might have might specialize in a different variety of games that I'm interested in. I just like that there's like a delineation of like where people can like really decide what they value in the device that they purchase, and that there's different price points based on what we value.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about it, it's like if you're going to go that route, you might as well just get a PC. There's no point in getting a specific console. But
even if you're a PC person, most people who are PC people go pre-built. So what's the difference there? You're still paying for the.
You can upgrade that one PC later with a console. You got to buy a whole new console.
Yeah, but most people aren't upgrading their PCs.
I mean, okay. Taking out a GPU is like damn near like putting together Legos at this point.
We know it's easy. Me and you know it's easy.
Right? You keep on thinking these people are like stupid, man.
I don't know. I don't think that anybody's stupid, but I understand.
Okay, that was
that common consumers value simplicity. They don't want to have to think about certain things like that, and a lot of them would rather buy a whole new computer than put a new GPU in. And that's how in America we waste so much money, because we don't do things like that. That there's a person who has a computer with a 4090 in it And instead of just going out and buying a 5090 and swapping in it, you know that there's people that bought a whole new PC with a 5090, like a whole new pre-built PC with a 50. You know those people exist. You know they do.
I mean, that's like maybe like I personally don't know nobody that exists.
You don't personally know them, but you know that they exist.
I mean, just working at Micro Center, man, like that's like GPU. Like a lot, that's actually one of the easiest swaps you could do on your PC.
Yeah, it is extremely easy. I'm not even arguing that. But like, I have a friend. He lives in Hawaii, and he's actually in the custom PC business. So like, he's like, if you ever need any parts, let me know. I can get them to you wholesale, basically. But you know, when he's wholesaling it to you, you don't get the brand that you want. So if you're like me and you're like, you know, I want an Asus GPU, there's no guarantee. You can just kind of be like, hey, when you have any Asus GPUs available, just let me know, and you know, I'll pay you for it. But you know,
right.
But yeah, people do that all the time. You know, they don't necessarily feel like swapping out GPUs or memory or RAM sticks. I mean, if you have that type of disposable income, that's what some people do. You know, whereas like people like us, they might be a little bit more thrifty. They might swap out the GPUs. They might sell the GPU that they used to have. You know, like, oh, you know, I upgraded from a 4090 to a 5090. Let me sell my 4090. That's what some people might do. But, you know, not everyone does that.
I mean, plus now, even Micro Center starting to take old GPUs now.
Like, for instance, the show that I'm on Tuesday nights, me and C Money have had this conversation because he has like multiple computers with 4090s in it. But one of the computers died. One of the computers stopped working. And instead of like trying to fix and find out what's wrong with the computer, I was like, it might just be a power supply.
I got money for multiple 4090s, man. Give me one.
Hold up. Just listen. So instead of purchasing a power supply and just swapping out the power supply and seeing if that's the issue, or taking it to a PC shop and seeing if they can swap out the power supply for a new one. No, he wants to buy a whole new pre-built PC with a 5090 in it. To him, it's the fact that the computer won't turn on anymore. It's his excuse to go ahead and buy a whole new PC with well, I think he wants to take that 4090 out and use it as an eGPU for his Xbox Ally. So you're gonna have to wait for another one to die.
He don't need that. He don't need it. I'm just saying he got multiple 4090 PCs. Like,
yeah, I think he has like 3 of them. I think he has like 3. Maybe more because he has like 6 kids. So
6. Dang, man.
Yeah,
I'm slacking.
But yeah, I mean, like that's just one person that I can call out firsthand that I know, you know, who has that type of, you know, disposable income, and you know, he wants to, instead of, you know, just swapping out GPUs or swapping out parts and fixing it real quick, he's like, no, I'll just get a whole new one, because some people just value that convenience.
I mean, I get you. I mean, for me personally, like once I swap out my GPU, my 2070 Super is gonna I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Actually, it's like because I looked at the market value. I mean, I looked at the market value of it. It's only like worth like maybe $150 because 8 gigabyte GPUs are not it anymore.
Yeah,
it's all about 12 and up. So like it's good for 1080p gaming, but 1440p gaming, nah.
Yeah.
And not all PC gamers are now moved over to 1440p as their new primary source.
Well, what you could do is you could donate it, and when you donate it, you get to write off the value of what it was when you purchased it, not the value of what it would sell for now.
Oh, that actually works as tax write-off.
Yeah, so I'm saying you can like donate it to, you know, Goodwill or something like that. And Goodwill, they just give you a receipt. They just give you a receipt of the device, so you get to write what the value of the device is. Now, you're not going to write like $10,000 for 2070, but you can write, you know, what the MSRP was for it when you got it. Maybe
I think I spent like $600 on it when I got it.
It sounds like you're discussing the importance of keeping a receipt to document the original value.
Gemini, we weren't having this conversation with you. Right?
You got Gemini. Turn that motherfucker off.
I didn't expect it to talk to us.
Oh, is that an ROG Ally?
No, this is my phone.
Shit, this man got Gemini listening to us,
Yeah.
man. You see what AI is doing to us now, man?
Yeah, they listening all the time, man. Listening all the time. But yeah, just I figured I thought that was kind of interesting.
No, it is. It's interesting how it came out. A lot of people sold out, but they said they're going to make more. So I'm curious to see what they're going to. I'm just curious to see what they're going to do.
Okay. All right. With that said, we've made it into the topics, and now that we're just making it to the topics of the day, if you've made it 45 minutes into the show, we definitely appreciate it if you hit that like button, hit subscribe, because you're obviously been entertained up until this point. You guys have been awesome. Thanks for coming through. But that said, let's go ahead and get into our first topic of the night. It kind of covers what Nappy was talking about, how graphics aren't necessarily the most important thing anymore. And I was covering Shuhei Yoshida, former president of PlayStation, was recently on a podcast, and on that podcast, he came out and said that power is not as power won't be what wins you the next generation, and basically making the PlayStation 6 more powerful won't be enough in the next generation, because it's not all about graphics anymore. There just isn't enough of a leap graphics wise that it's going to be the selling point of whatever next generation device that you put out. And I think we could say that for Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, and all of them at the moment. It's just we have kind of reached a graphics plateau. I do think graphics can still get a lot better, but not better in a way that I have to buy this game now because the graphics are so much better. But I'm going to go ahead and pull up that article. I already have it pulled up, but I'm going to put it on the screen, and I'll read it, and me and Nappy will talk about it.
Boom. All right.
So here we go. And boom, what we got here? Head stage. All right, let me make this bigger so the group can read along. Got this from Push Square. And it says, even I can't tell the difference. Shuhei Yoshida thinks PS6 needs something other than just more power. They can't do the same thing. Conversations about the next generation of consoles have already begun, with lots of rumors about PS6 and its supposed arrival in 2027. However, many are satisfied with what current gen machines are capable of, and the diminishing returns offered by new, technically more powerful consoles are becoming so minute that it's difficult to imagine PS6 making a huge leap forward. That seems to be the gist of what Shuhei Yoshida thinks, at the very least. The former PlayStation executive, who left the company earlier this year, made an appearance on Friends Per Second podcast, talking about his experience as a freelance consultant for indie studios, as well as the future of the gaming landscape. While talking about PlayStation in particular, Yoshida says that Sony needs to do something other than simply pushing for more power in its next-gen box. Graphics have almost hit that level that even I cannot tell the difference between some of the graphics capabilities, like ray traced or not ray traced, unless it's side by side or a higher frame rate, he says. So PlayStation clearly, in my mind, they cannot do the same thing they have been doing, increasing the graphics power and providing the high-end experiences. They might just do that, but still, that feels like a niche audience right now. Yoshida also brings up PlayStation's current management, who may be able to bring a fresh perspective on how the platform should evolve. I think it's really fitting that PlayStation has a new generation of management. CEO Hideki Nishino is in his 40s. He's like 46. Mm-hmm. So a much younger generation. Up until Jim Ryan, it's always been our generation, the first generation of PlayStation management leading the company. But now Nishino and Herman Hulse are much younger, so they can do something disruptive. They don't have to follow what PlayStation has done in the past. So yeah, it's super interesting. When asked what Sony can do to succeed with PS6, Yoshida doesn't offer his own ideas, but instead praises the company for being able to find innovative ways to improve with each new console. For myself, I think PS5 is an amazing system, in terms of quality of experience, he says. I think the adoption of the SSD was almost like a miracle. I think PS5 and SSD has made almost every game a better game. He says Sony and Mark Cerny are so brilliant in designing and creating systems that people can really enjoy, offering up PS Portal as an example. He says he was skeptical of it at first, but once he used it, he understood the appeal. So hopefully they have begun cooking something that we don't know about, that when we get a hold of it, we'll say, oh yeah, this is great. So fingers crossed. His comments aren't a million miles away from those of a former God of War producer who said AAA studios should branch out to make smaller experiences to support the big, expensive blockbusters. All right. So, boom. So, Nappy, after hearing that, what did you think of Shuhei Yoshida's comments as far as power won't necessarily be what kind of pushes hardware in the future?
I actually agree. From a PC perspective, like when we wanted power, like we always went for like Nvidia, for example. Nvidia was known for pushing the bar as far as the graphics when it comes to PC gaming. This is the first time we've seen from the 300,000 series to the 4,000 series to the 5,000 series. We've seen extremely little to very little jumps in performance to the point where like people are still rocking their 3,000 series graphics cards, and it's perfectly fine. Heck, the 3,000 series cards are getting modified with a shit ton of RAM for other purposes besides gaming, or just to be able to play all these other current gen games. So like, it's like, yeah, you can use like the default feature of Unreal Engine 5 and hit a 5080 to run it, or you can like actually polish your game to make it where like a 1060 can run it, and then like have a much better experience, and the game still looks just as good as long as you have a good color palette. Like we were talking about earlier, Ghost of Yote looks exactly like the PlayStation 4 as far as the graphics wise. They did not do much with the graphics. Still has a very beautiful color palette though. What they did do though was, instead of taking that extra processing power, said fuck the polygons, we fuck all the little hair polygons that you could see in all the blemishes on the face and all the acne and stuff. They just made the world more immersive by adding more content, more stuff for you to do. We don't, it's kind of getting to the point now where like after ray tracing, like it's why like you don't even need ray tracing, honestly. And ray tracing is just, that was like technology for movie theaters. Yeah, it's intensive for no reason.
Yeah,
and like,
and now they got path tracing, which is even more intensive than ray tracing.
It's stupid. Like, honestly, at this point, like the whole point of like getting more powerful hardware is to have a better experience being immersed into this world. Yes, at one point, like I don't think we're ever going to see a leap of performance from like the 900 to the 1000 to the 1000 series, or I'm sorry, 1000 series, because that was like a 35 to 40% jump in performance. That was Nvidia's like golden age performance jump. I don't think we're ever going to see that again.
Yeah,
but or at least probably not for another decade, because that leap in technology performance was insane. But at the same time, though, like it's a video game. Like I don't want it don't have to look like I'm looking out my window. Like it's okay for it to be a little cartoony, as long as I'm immersed in the world, has a good story, has stuff for me to do. I'm cool. I'm chilling. Like nowadays, like some of the best games I'm playing right now, besides Battlefield 6, which you can peak that shit all the way up to the highest setting if you want to. Most games I'm playing, like what was it? Helldivers 2, for example, is a game I've been playing. Killing Floor 2. Actually, even though I do play a little bit of Killing Floor 3 as well because of the cross plat, been playing more Killing Floor 2, and that game doesn't look as realistic. Like some of the best games that I've recently purchased, Sonic All-Star Racing, another game. That game can run on my 1060 no problem. You don't really need intensive games. As a matter of fact, Silk Song, fucking 2D game.
Yeah,
people love it
for sure.
It's not about It's not about having the most amazing looking graphics. It's about having the most optimized experience.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say about that.
I'll agree with you to an extent. I think certain type of games you do want to have a higher graphical fidelity as far as for the immersion. It just depends on the type of game. But as far as like the under the box TV console, I think the number one thing that we need in that space is devices across the board where these developers aren't struggling to get the 60 frames per second. It's not a chore to get the game to 60 frames per second. I think that's like the main hurdle that PlayStation 6 and the next Xbox are going to have to tackle. I think that's going to matter more than like this huge graphical jump, because not every game requires a huge graphical jump. Like there's only like what, maybe
the only thing is GTA 6. That's it.
There's probably somewhere around like what, 20 to 30 games a year that are AAA blockbuster games that require a high level of photorealistic graphics. You know, whether, you know, like your sports games, you want those graphics to be as photorealistic as possible. Your AAA blockbuster that like a Sony might release that's kind of tries to have that cinematic feel to it. Maybe your AAA horror game, you might want to have that photorealistic experience. Like it's not that many games, but I would probably say it's about 30 games a year. You know, your Call of Duty that drops, that would be one of them. You want those graphics to be a little bit more photorealistic, you know, for the immersion of that type of title. But everything else, for the most part, does not require necessarily photorealistic graphics. Like most RPGs don't have super photorealistic graphics. Most action adventure games don't have super immersive photorealistic graphics for the most part. I mean, you'll have your exceptions every year where one of those drops, and to me that's like part of the 30. But everything else is just all about, you know, what's the performance like, you know,
just good time. And also stop using all these damn tricks to try to get to 60 FPS with
that's
4K.
What I said. That's what the next hardware will be about. So you don't have to do all those tricks to get to me, that's what it should be about. So you don't have to do all those tricks to get the 60 FPS. You should be able to just get there for almost every game. It should be pretty easy to walk into 60 frames per second in the next generation.
It should be. I mean, we'll see. I mean, that was the biggest problem, was they pushed 4K 60 so much onto like this current generation of gamers. And honestly, like if I put 1440p up and I put 4K up, a lot of people couldn't tell the difference between 1440p and 4K.
You can't, because like if we're being real, even if you combine PC and console, what percent do you think is gaming at 4K?
Oh, on PC side, it's 1440p already is dominated. They already.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you combine the whole gaming sphere, how many do you think is gaming at 4K? I would dare to say less than 10%.
Like probably because native 4K that's like 10%. Like the upscale 4K, because
I would say even that's 10%, because most people don't have 4K TVs. Most people don't.
Really?
Yeah, most gamers don't have 4K TVs.
I don't know about that. 4K TVs are pretty cheap now.
They are cheap, but most people don't upgrade their TVs like that.
I mean, it could be wrong. I could be wrong.
How old is your TV?
My TV's from 2020. It's
your
a 4K. Mazda is 4K, but it's a 2020 Samsung 7 gen. Yeah,
but these new TVs, like I don't think the 2020 TVs had the 2.1 HDMI cable and everything that these consoles say that you need to get the optimum performance on. No, 2020 probably should. 2020 probably should.
Let's see, HDMI 2.1. When did that came out? Because I think it did. I think mine's due.
Because even if you have a 4K TV from like 2017, it's a good chance that it's not compatible with.
Yeah, HDMI 2.1 that came out 2017. So
yeah, Because I know I have a 4K TV in my house that isn't compatible with all the features that the console has.
Oh yeah, you talk about HDMI 2.2 because that is the one with the low. That's the low input latency. That's like the big. That was the biggest thing they pushed.
So a lot of gamers are not gaming at 4K. Like a lot of people have 4K TVs, but the 4K TV doesn't have the input. I mean, and then a lot of people still hold on to their old TVs. Then you got a lot of PC gamers that are gaming on 1440p. So yeah, I would say probably like all right, let's give it a high end. Let's say like maybe 25%. But me personally, I'd probably say like less than 10% of gamers are like gaming at true like 4K or even up.
Yeah, true 4K. That you know what's sad about that whole thing about running native 4K? The fact that the 5090 even struggles with 4K gaming, and that's like the top tier gaming device of all gaming device for running native 4K.
Yeah,
the 5090 struggles. Yes, now if you put all the AI 4th gen DLSS crap, all of that stuff, then yeah, it's going to run smoothly. But just native 4K, the 5090 struggles, which is sad.
To my understanding, the human eye cannot even see up to 4K technically. That's what they say. I'd have to look at.
I will say this: the only time you're going to notice the difference between 1440p and 4K is if you put them right next to each other. You could probably point out some stuff.
All right.
Other than that, most gamers are not going to notice. It's the same thing like me. Like when I first started playing, it's like when when I first got my gaming PC. And that was the first time I went from like Xbox 360 around 30 FPS, 20 FPS games. That first time seeing that crisp 60, that was a game changer. I thought that was the smoothest gameplay ever.
All right. And so most people can see in 4K.
I'm about to say.
For the most part, people cannot see in 8K. So
the 8K you got money.
If you hear 8K, you're just wasting money at this point because most people can't see in 8K. I knew it was one of the Ks you couldn't see in, but the human eye is capable of seeing in 4K, but the human eye is not capable of seeing 8K. So, but hey, Yobi has invaded the chat and he has a very important question for Navi.
Yeah, he came at me. Yobi, I look, man. I'm sorry. I was outside, man. I got some new controllers. I mean, got a controller with a screen on it. Got a little Gundam stuff on it. I am going to make a YouTube video talking about my hiatus, though. So, I mean, and just all the controllers I purchased that I have simply just haven't reviewed. Because I got a table full of controllers that I haven't reviewed, and I feel like there's no reason for me to review them because time's lapse and there's just better options out there. So
yeah,
but I mean, it is what it is. That's what I get for not being on my shit.
Yeah,
I appreciate you, Yobi. But yeah, oh man, but honestly, actually, Pharaoh, after I finish the review on this controller, I was going to give this one to you because I have no use for it. I'm not an Xbox player.
Oh, it only works on Xbox?
No, it works on Xbox and PC.
Okay.
It has a screen mode because you said you wanted this controller, and honestly, I already have like multiple controllers that have these capabilities on PC. So there's no point. It's a $200 controller.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm not judging.
It comes with a charging dock, has trigger stoppers.
I'll come pick it up, and I'll take a picture in front of Nappy's controller wall that doesn't exist.
Oh, I mean, it exists.
It exists. Oh, well, we'll take a picture in front of it and send it to Yobi.
Okay. Right now, I'm about to give a lot of controllers away to Goodwill though, because a lot of these controllers are old and I don't use them anymore.
Hey, that's a tax write-off. So, and it's a good thing to do.
I'm pretty sure some little kids need them.
Yeah, or you could donate them to a hospital too. That's also a thing.
I was thinking about that too. I mean, I'm pretty sure some hospital kids get some old PCs and stuff. Yeah. I want a new controller. I had my eyes on the Razer Wolverine V2 Pro. Wait, you mean the Razer Wolverine V3, not V2, V3. V2 is old now. We're on the V3 now.
Oh, you got to see. He out here correcting the customer's always right. Okay, Yobi's a customer. He wants the V2 Pro.
He's about to be one generation behind.
Oh, see? Yeah.
Yes, there's a new there's a new Razer Wolverine controller.
All right. See, now you're educating him instead of just telling him what he needs to do.
That's the type of you're the type of salesman that just gives him what he wants to get out the door.
No. You told him that he needs to buy this instead of what he wants.
Well,
the Wolverine 2 is a great controller, but there's a new one.
He got in his car. See, he was about to spend $200 on a previous gen controller. Yeah. When he could spend that same $200 on a newer gen controller.
Yeah, but you out here giving demands. You know, everybody don't like you. Everybody don't want that.
It's not demands.
Demanding that they get the
for your
V3 controller. Yeah,
like I'm just saying, like this right here is a $200 controller, and I like realized that quickly. I'm not going to be using this as much.
Yeah,
like once I get done with the review, it's literally going to sit on my desk all day because I got other controllers. So I figured giving this to you will give it its it will get its proper use, proper love, proper care. You got your Pro controller with 6 programmable buttons, and you get gyro on Xbox.
Okay, I'll check it out. I will hide it from my children to make sure that it does get the longest life it deserves. Because
and it has all damn, your children they fuck up controllers like that. God damn,
they fucked up a controller or two. They have, but Best Buy warranties,
It got removable joysticks. I mean, you can remove the joysticks.
Best Buy does the heart good on that warranty. God dang it! All right.
We found one for $170. Okay, Yobi, that works too. Just be careful. Make sure you get the controller and not the box.
3-year warranty. 3-year warranty.
Also, and you get a whole charging dock that comes with it.
Oh. Look at Yobi hijacking the show, making it about controllers. That was not on the topic list. All right.
I'm sorry. We gotta get back to the optimization.
Optimization talk. All right. So Shuei Yoshida says power isn't enough. Right. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, on the opposite end of the spectrum, we have a current executive at the head of Xbox, Sarah Bond. She comes out and she says that, hey, she starts talking about next gen. She starts talking about the Ally and yada, yada, yada. For that, we actually have a video interview. We're going to sit back and watch that together, I guess. And it's not too long. It's like 5 minutes. And then we'll talk about her thoughts on next gen and the premium experience that they want to offer people in the under the console TV space. All right, so that's it. Let me pop that up. And
she a bold woman. Let's see what she says. Hopefully, she don't say nothing crazy. Like we need more performance. If anything, you need more optimization.
Yeah, I don't want to mischaracterize anyone's word. So I think it's great that we got video. All right, share and put us on the side. Next stage and
no audio for me, by the way.
I can hear it. You guys can't hear it? Oh.
Nope, I can't hear it. I don't know if the chat. Actually, let's check.
Can you guys hear it? Yobi, can you hear it?
No, I can't even hear it through the YouTube either. Actually,
God dang it! What is going on? I don't even. Oh, hold on. Let me pause it. I don't know why I can hear it, but you guys can't. That's awkward. There's not even a volume thing. All right, let me see something. Because that's weird.
Actually, speaking of which, I got like a couple of Xbox controllers. I just simply am not reviewing that.
Let's see, share. That's weird. Share screen. Some screens let you share audio. Look for the share audio checkbox. All right. Let me do this. Let's see if that does it. Add the stage. God dang it. I guess I'm having some issues here.
Experiencing some technical difficulties.
Yeah, like the shit just don't want to fucking work. Ain't that something?
They said no audio.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right. Just give me a second, guys.
He is determined.
Maybe I have to find the video on YouTube. I don't know. Let me try this again. Oh, hold on. There we go. It should be fixed now. All right, let's see. Boom. Add the stage. Now it wants to work. Okay.
This is. I know
Yeah.
we've been waiting years for this.
Yep, I can hear you now.
This is the Xbox Ally. It is the first time ever that we have created an Xbox handheld. The teams worked with Asus and with Windows to create this device. So now you can finally actually take Xbox with you anywhere you want to go in your hands.
Yeah, I got to play with it a little
Yep.
bit before our interview. It feels like Xbox controllers in your hand. Obviously, it's a little bit heavier because there's more hardware there, but it does have that kind of familiar Xbox feeling. And then it's a full-powered Windows gaming laptop in a way.
Yeah, well, and it's hard actually to talk about it and not pick it up, I'll be honest. Yeah, when you hold it and you close your eyes, it feels like an Xbox controller. But you're right, it is powered by Windows.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty cool aspect of it because once you go through Ubi, every other time you open the device, you boot right into an Xbox experience. But because it's Windows, any game that you have that you've bought from a PC store that's on this device, it all shows up in one library, which is so awesome for gamers.
Yeah, and that's kind of been part of Xbox's strategy, right? Like more cross-platform games, like less focus on exclusives. Can you kind of tell me how this fits into the Xbox?
His eyes are like closed the whole dang interview. It feels
we've always
like
believed that people want to be able to play any game they want, anywhere they want, with anyone. And gaming is entertainment. You should be able to take it with you everywhere. You shouldn't be constrained to a single device. You shouldn't be locked to a single store. And this is the manifestation of it.
Yeah, so do you imagine most people will have an Xbox console and they'll also have the new Ally handheld? Is that kind of the big picture vision?
You know, I think that we'll see a whole range of people using it. For some folks, this will be the device they want to game on. They want to take their games with them anywhere. They're a PC enthusiast. They want to be able to access all of their stores in one place because you can also plug it into the TV and project to the TV as well. And then there's going to be other people we know that are console users where this is a great add-on to your console experience. One of the cool things we did for console users in here is in the UI, if you have a game that you started on the console and then you stopped in that game and you grabbed your Ally and you're somewhere out in the world walking around, it actually knows right where you left off and you can go right back in and play that game.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
One of the coolest features is
Snapshot feature.
pilot integration.
Yeah.
So one of the cool things is you can actually press the button and ask the AI questions. Where does AI fit into gaming? Is that the vision that everyone has their own like built-in AI assistant as they're playing games from now on?
Well, we just believe that anyone should be able to jump in and play a game, and we should make it easy and accessible, and it should be in flow state with you. So yeah, the way it works is you like long press this button. You could be in the middle of a game. You can ask it, hey, can you tell me how I actually use the ABXY? Or what do I do now? Or which way do I turn and what happens? And it will help you out. And so it really opens up more games for more people.
Yeah, and I mean, to put it in Xbox terms, it kind of feels like your own personal like Cortana. You know?
I've had a couple people say that.
But it seems like it's that kind of idea, right? Like it's a voice in your head that talks to you, that helps you solve problems. And
It's your friend. Yeah, helps you through your game.
Very cool. So you talked about making gaming accessible. That's definitely something I've heard you say in other interviews as well. I know this starts at $1,000. I know we've recently seen some price increases with Xbox Game Pass, some increases on devices and consoles, and I mean that that's got to cut into accessibility a little bit. How do you think about that as president of Xbox, like in terms of making games accessible?
Yeah, there is a lot going on, but at Xbox, what we're focused on is how do we create options for everybody? So with this device, we have two devices. We have the Ally X. It's for a premium experience for the most demanding player. It has all the latest innovation in it. We also have the Xbox Ally. If you're a more casual enthusiast who wants to jump in, or you're looking for something cool to buy your kid to put under the tree, this Christmas.
Yeah.
So it's all about having choice and option for players in a time when there's a lot going on and there's a lot of different things that people want.
Interesting. Yeah, the rumors are that the next gen console will be almost more like a gaming PC in a lot of ways. That it'll be super high powered. I don't know if you can speak to that at all, but I mean that would be helpful for me because there's a lot of like PC games I'd love to play, but like I said, getting the barrier of entry seems like it's really high. So if there was a console that could kind of be a gaming PC and console in one, like that'd be helpful for me. I don't know what you can tell us about the next gen console. Any?
Well, I can tell you're right that the next gen console is going to be a very premium, very high end curated experience. You're starting to see some of the thinking that we have in this handheld, but I don't want to give it all away.
Thank you so much for joining Mashable in the studio. This has been the highlight of my week. I was so excited we got to do this. This is a really cool product.
Well, thanks for having me, and I look forward to you telling me more about how you enjoy playing the device.
We'll have a review coming soon. We're
Awesome.
excited.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.
All right. So, yeah. So very high, very premium, very highly curated experience is what she's saying for the next under the box console that'll be made by Xbox. And kind of goes in contrast to what Yoshida was just saying, as far as power won't necessarily be the next selling point. I don't know if she's speaking specifically to power though, so I don't want to misframe her statements, but it kind of seems like different set of perspectives in some regards. What did you think when you heard that, Nappy?
Just listen to. Oh, damn, I can hear myself. Now I can hear myself through your.
All right, that should be better.
Oh, thank God. I say like, damn, like hearing your own voice is annoying. But on a serious note, though, listening to her interview, it was kind of like one. She said like, this is the barrier to entry to play those PC games. I was like, $1,000. You do realize we could build gaming PCs now for $1,000 again, right?
Yeah, but she's not talking to you. She's talking to the peasants, us.
You can buy a pre-built for $1,000 now, like,
yes, but you can't buy $1,000 pre-built handheld.
I mean, well, actually, yes, you can actually.
Yeah, it's the Xbox Ally X.
No, it's no. It's the Lenovo Legion Go and all the other previous gens. It's only a 10% jump in performance right now.
Yeah, we're talking about this. We're talking about the latest stuff.
I mean, the latest stuff is still only a 10% performance jump. Like, you can still play all the same games.
It's a 10% performance jump for now. When the feature set gets fully utilized, we don't know what the. Well, I'm sure it's going to be more.
Exactly, it's an unknown, so you can't speak on a guarantee then.
But you know it's going to be more. We just don't know how much more.
I give it 5. It'd probably be 15% more. You'll probably bump it
a 25% boost that's significant.
No, I said 10. No, like overall, it's going to be 15% total. Right now, it's only a 10% boost.
15% is still pretty good. I think that's a good performance jump from one device to the next. As far as
I'm about to say, people still could buy the Steam Deck for like $300 and put a 4 terabyte NVMe drive in there, and they will still have a decent game performance.
You can, but you still can't.
And that's cheaper than $1,000.
Yeah, but you can't play those games that have the anti-cheat software. Like you can't play Destiny, you can't play Battlefield 6, you can't play Call of Duty.
Then get the first gen. Then get the first gen Z Extreme handhelds. Those are still pretty good too.
They're pretty good, but the battery is very small in those devices, so you still have to go out there and upgrade the battery.
I mean, look,
and you're talking to you're talking to non-PC people that don't want to pop open their device and add another battery.
I'm just saying. Like, I mean,
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying for certain
no,
audiences,
no.
really...
Seriously, continue playing devil's advocate, man. Like, we can't just be all agreeing on everything.
Yeah,
but
because I understand your perspective, and I'm on your side in a lot of ways because I'm willing to build a PC. I'm willing to pop open my Xbox Ally X at some point and add a 4 terabyte storage so I could do the emulation stuff on there also. So I'm willing to do those things, but I understand that there's a common consumer out there that is not. So yeah. But beyond the handheld, when we're talking about the next generation of hardware, this premium curated experience, what do you think in regards to that?
I mean, so far I've been hearing some decent things about it. I'm curious to see what the true performance is going to be. I think it's only going to be 15%, honestly. Right now, we're seeing a 10% boost in performance, but I think with the optimization, it's going to give you another 5%, which this whole thing about this next console is going to be this premium experience. It was very vague. She was very vague in what she meant by like premium experience. Like,
yeah. So it's left up to perception. That's why I'm at. So what is your perception?
Yeah. So it's like, I'm not saying that, like, it's not all about, like, yes, she's technically talking about power, but as she's like, just because she's talking about power, as in this console.
Well, she's not talking about power. She's talking about choice also, because she said, look at this Xbox handheld that we just released, and it gives you a lot of hints about what the next Xbox is going to do also. Yeah,
I mean, she all kind of basically cleared all, like, it seems like the Xbox is just going to be a Windows thing. Like, even when she first said Windows, because they're trying to they really want to make it where, oh, well, look, as much as they even love the Xbox players, they still want that pie from the PC players to be like, hey, all those Steam games you purchase, you can still access them. You don't have to worry about losing the access to those games and save files.
Now,
I mean, good luck, Xbox. We're not budging.
So based on the conversations that we had earlier in this podcast, you're saying you're getting the Lenovo Legion Go.
Legion 2. Yeah, that's going to be my go-to handheld.
Yeah, that's going to be the next handheld you get. And you've already planned on getting an eGPU dock and putting like a really nice card for when you decide to play on the TV.
Yes.
All right. So for those gamers, because I might end up being one of those gamers too. For those gamers, do you think that combination... Do you think that's a combination that this next piece of hardware will be able to beat?
I mean, the question is Microsoft going to be willing to sell it at a loss? Because remember, like right now, at least the current economy, none of these consoles are being sold at a loss anymore.
Yeah, because what I'm saying is like, all right, so I have this Xbox Ally X. If I get a 4080 or 5080 and I do an eGPU dock, there's a strong possibility that whatever next under the box console that they put out, it won't match the power of my Ally X when it's hooked up to that eGPU.
Well, I mean, I mean that's,
and it might have the exact same feature set as if they're saying that this device is going to be very similar to the next Xbox, then there's a good chance that there's not going to be necessarily a reason for someone like myself to purchase the next Xbox. It might just be a situation of whereas I can just buy a dock and a GPU, and that this is my next Xbox from here on out, because there's not really anything that this new Xbox is going to give me if it's going to be very similar to this device. You get what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying, but that's kind of like the realm of PC gaming, though. Like Nvidia and AMD, like a lot of PC gamers skip generations.
Yeah.
Like for example, like right now we're on the 5000 series with the Nvidia. I'm still rocking my 2070 Super. I'm just now upgrading. My graphics card is what, like 6 years old at this point, 7 years old?
Yeah. I mean, and that's why you build a PC, because your PC can last several generations of gaming. Based on how you build it. Yeah.
Exactly. So like so if they're going to get into this PC realm, I think they're aware of the fact that like, hey, we're going to lose, like we're not going to be able to sell as many consoles every generation, especially if they get into the PC field. That's just how PCs work. Yeah. Like you're going to have your group of people. What you want to look at is like how many people are stuck on this type of version of the console with this type of hardware. And you will do everything you can to convince those people to upgrade, not the current generation of people that got the latest and greatest, but the people who are still staying on, like, say, for instance, the Series S, for example.
Yeah.
Like, how many people aren't on the Series S, and what can I do to get those people to upgrade to the latest and greatest hardware?
Yeah, because even like what I was going to say, even if you put like a 4070 on your handheld and docked it to the TV, I still think there's a good chance that the next Xbox won't be as powerful as that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, people with 40 series graphics cards, they looked at the 5000 series and said, "Fuck it." Nobody with a 4000 graphics card bought a 5000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a 4070 plus the Ally X might match whatever the next under the box console is, and if there's not really a differentiation in feature set, you might not need to get this might be your next generation console.
Why are we comparing it to a 4090 though?
We're not comparing it to
we said 47.
I mean 4070. Like I would, you gotta think AMD in house. Like they need to match the 7900 XTX. That's what they need to match.
No, we're not talking about matching. All right, so we just watched mute you for a second, just because of the car noise, and now I'll mute you. What we were just talking about, we just watched the Sarah Bond interview, Jubei, and what I was saying is, she said that the next generation Xbox is going to be a very premium, very curated experience, but that it's going to be that the feature set that we see on the Xbox Ally X currently is going to be very similar to what we see in this next generation under the box TV. So what I was saying is, as someone who has purchased this device, because me and Nappy were talking about PC handhelds earlier, and he was talking about the eGPU dock, so it kind of introduced a new thought. And what I was saying is that a person who buys an eGPU dock and has one of these handhelds, it might not be any difference. They actually might get more performance out of their handheld. This handheld might actually be their next generation device, because the combination of the external GPU and the handheld might match whatever the next Xbox is that they release. You're unmuted now.
Okay.
All right. So that's kind of the context.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, now that you're here, Captain Xbox, what are your thoughts based on what you heard me and Nappy talking about?
I saw the interview earlier, so
okay.
Her word choice makes it sound like this is going to be a very expensive box.
Yeah, I think it is going to be
going to be expensive. I already know the people who bought the ROG Ally X, they ain't going to buy this new shit. They're like, oh, I just bought something.
They might.
I don't think it's going to be $2,000. I don't think it's going to be like that expensive, but I can see it being in the $1,300 to $1,500.
Nah, that's broke. That's absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane. No, thank you.
I mean, the Xbox Ally X, I can see it getting up to $1,300.
The Ally X is $1,000. The Ally X is $1,000 because the Legion Go 2 is $1,300. No shit.
Yes. Yeah. So I can see the next Xbox being more expensive than the handheld.
I don't know. I do think that they're going to stop all this selling consoles at a loss. I think they're done eating that.
Yeah,
they're absolutely done eating that.
No more.
So I'm saying 800, 900 like tops for like some premiere bundle that has like Game Pass and like
I can see like a $700 S model.
Yeah.
And like a $1,200 to $1,300 X model. I can see that.
If they decide to split the SKUs, I don't think they're going to split the SKU. Yeah, I think we're going to get a beefy console and another handheld, but in house.
Okay, because to me, when she said that you can look at these devices and kind of get a glimpse of what we're going to do with the next console, they have a pretty much an S and an X version of the handheld. So I can kind of see them sticking to the X and S thing, but I can see the S being like $700 now. Because there's what, a $400 difference between the Rug and the Ally and the Ally X. So I can see the same $400 difference kind of being the thing. There's a $400 difference between the two devices.
Well, I hope not. You're probably right.
Yeah.
I don't think the next generation is going to be like this one, because I think the consoles are going to be sold at cost. And being that they're sold at cost, I do think in the next generation, the price of consoles will actually go down, being that it will be at cost as opposed to being sold at a loss.
Meaning once components actually become cheaper, that should be reflected.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think is going to happen. But yeah, any other thoughts, Snappy?
No. Well, actually, no. I got one more. My thing about it is even though the eGPU thing is a good option, I don't think that Xbox players. I mean, because for the handheld to be plugged into a TV is a good concept, but at as expensive as it's going to be, like for a regular PC gamer as it is right now to get the external dock, you're looking at like over $2,000 just for that setup. I don't see how Microsoft can optimize that.
I've seen a dock that was fairly cheap, but like it's whatever GPU decide to get for it.
And power supply. You got to buy a separate power supply for that eGPU dock as well.
Yeah, well, power supplies aren't that expensive.
I mean, yeah, it depends on what eGPU.
You're only powering one thing, which is the GPU. It's not like you're powering the whole PC now. So you don't have to buy that.
Have you seen? You need like the fact that the 5080 needs a dedicated like 600 watts is just wild, and that's dedicated.
A 600-watt power supply is not that expensive.
That's extra $100. I mean, you got extra $100 laying around like that. I mean, I'm sorry, we ain't struggling out here. I mean, you got your paychecks.
You talking about adding 4 terabytes. 4 terabytes ain't cheap.
That's like $200 now.
So Micro Center has a power supply, 600 watt for $46.
Is it? Wait. Is it gold rated? That shit's bronze. Don't do it.
I think it's silver. What's the
your BG&E bill about to go up? That's a lot of excessive power for no reason, man. You want to get that precision. You always want to go gold at minimum, platinum is the standard.
All right. So I typed in gold. All right, I'm on Amazon right now. $55. $55 for a gold rated 600-watt power supply. Okay,
that's good. As long as it's at least gold minimum. I'm about to say, because the lower the tier, the more electricity it may use to get the same job done. You want to keep that precision, man.
Yeah, but I'm saying like a 600-watt power supply is not typically that expensive.
Yeah.
So, add him back to the stage. So yeah, I think for the person who goes all in on these PC handhelds, I just don't know if the next Xbox is going to necessarily be something that they need. They might want it, but I think there's a lot of people like, oh, if I just throw a 4070 or a 4080 or a 5070 or a 5080 on top of my handheld, I got the same amount of power that I get on this next console. Now, that said, you have one device versus having 2 devices.
How much is that card going to be, though?
How much?
It depends. It varies. It depends on the user.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go on Amazon and see what a 5080 is going for right now.
A 5080 is going for $1,000. That's why I'm getting it. because originally I was going to get the 5070 Ti because that was going for $1,000, but the 5070 Ti dropped down to $750, and the 5080 has dropped down to $1,000 now.
Yeah, you can get a 5080 for $1,000. Yep. But if the next Xbox is going to be $1,200 or $1,300, you're saving money.
No, I was about to bring up something because unfortunately I have to bring this up. November 1st, our administration said that they're going to enforce their new tariff things, so which means that the graphics cards will go up around like 20%. If he reneges again, it will stay at 1,000. It'll stay at 1,000 USD. If he doesn't renege, it's going to be around 1,200, 1,300 again. So that's why I'm getting my graphics card this month to avoid just to be safe.
How much are these GPUs if we take a road trip to Canada? Canada's not that far away. Actually,
I think it's more expensive. I believe it or not.
Expensive?
Nah, our dollar is stronger up there. So your American dollar is going to be worth more Canadian money.
I mean, I don't know. All the conversion, man. All I know is that November 1st, I gotta get this GPU before November 1st. That's my goal.
Man, we about to start taking flights to Taiwan. We about to make this a vacation. Our PC bill is about to be a vacation trip.
Yeah, just go over there with suitcases, stuff all these.
We going to Taiwan. We picking up 5090s for $200.
I'm about to say, I mean, looking at the 5090s right now, the 5090s are slowly going back up in price because of administration pissed off at Nvidia selling graphics cards to China by selling them to Taiwan, and then Taiwan just gives them to China.
Bro, if you go to Taiwan or China, you can get those GPUs for so much cheaper. You get everything for so much cheaper because you're not dealing with all that bloated costs, and you got the guys who kind of sneak the shit out the factory anyway, and they sell it. So you can.
What's that? Sneak the shit out the factory. Yeah, I just want my 5080. Y'all can keep the rest.
Yeah, we going to Taiwan. We're going to Taiwan. Group trip to Taiwan.
Group trip to Taiwan. We all walk back.
We take the whole VGP. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting concept. Interesting chat about the different philosophies as far as where next generation hardware kind of needs to go. And I don't know if you noticed, Yoshida is loving his Xbox Ally X. So I think him playing on that has kind of probably helped shape his perspective on where he thinks next generation hardware needs to go also. So maybe his line of thinking is actually kind of similar to what Xbox is thinking, but it just seems a little bit different based on what Sarah's saying and what he's saying. Maybe that's just my perception, but
Yoda got his RX 7900. He said he's set before the tariffs kick in.
I'm not set because I want a 5090.
I'm gonna get my 5080 this month.
I'm going to Taiwan. Tell the wife and kids I'm out. At least I'm gonna get a vacation out of it. I'll pay the same amount of money probably, but I'll be chilling. I'll be chilling.
As soon as I hear that American accent, oh no, American accent, 1,300, no 3,300. As soon as I hear that American accent, they'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna get money. You're gonna get your money."
I'm gonna speak Spanish.
All right.
I'm gonna show him my name Fernando, like Dominican.
Huh.
They're gonna be like, Dominican, where the fuck is that? That's a real small island. I'm probably sure people in Asia don't know nothing about that. But let's go ahead and hop into our final topic of the night. Probably the topic that Jubei cares most about. And that is this week. I believe it's this week. Do they have a date on here? No, but I believe it's the 24th. We're supposed to get not one, but 2 new Halo games announced. I believe they don't have the date on this article. but I believe it's the 24th. It should be this week that we hear about these new Halos. In addition, at least one of the new Halos will be releasing on the PlayStation, which means, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of console war bickering on that one, that, oh, we got Halo. But at the same time, it makes sense that, Halo crosses over and makes its way to PlayStation and is on every device it can be on, because it is a live service game. And the lifeblood of live service is players. You need as many players you can get your hands on. So, but let's go ahead and jump into this article, and we'll talk about it further after we jump into this article. All right. Share. Let me make it big, and pause, and we'll talk about it. So this is, by the way, of comicbook.com. 2 Halo games will reportedly release in 2026, and neither are Halo 7. There will reportedly be multiple Halo games released next year, but neither of them are Halo 7. The Halo series is to Xbox what Mario is to Nintendo. It is a pillar of the Xbox brand and something that has endured a lot over the many years. The original game was a launch title for the Xbox and went on to spawn numerous sequels and spin-offs, largely helmed by franchise creator Bungie. However, the developer eventually had other ambitions and opted to step away from Halo in order to pursue Destiny. The baton was passed to 343 Industries, recently rebranded as Halo Studios. At the beginning of the generation, Halo released Halo Infinite. It was pretty well received game as a whole, especially given the troubled development and lackluster response to Halo 5's campaign 6 years prior. However, the game failed to impress players when its live service offerings, something that was noteworthy given the multiplayer was completely free to play. There was a lack of content, the game was structured oddly, and ultimately just missed the mark. With all of that said, we've heard many rumblings about what's next for Halo, and it sounds like it may be more than what any of us could have expected. 2 new Halo games reportedly releasing next year. According to a new report from Rebs Gaming, a reputable insider in the Halo space, there are 2 Halo games actively in the works on target to release next year. One of them, the heavily rumored remake of Halo Combat Evolved, which is expected to be in the vein of something like the Resident Evil remakes, where the gameplay is completely modernized. The insider has even noted that modern gameplay mechanics like sprinting have been added to the original Halo game. There will also be a standalone live service multiplayer Halo game released next year that has been compared to Fortnite. It isn't confirmed to be a battle royale, but something that can be updated with new content rapidly and potentially even utilize user-generated content. Halo has featured this before with custom games like Forge Mode, but perhaps this new game will take it all to the next level. A Halo game for PS5 was leaked earlier this year, and it suggests that it would be a very new experience, but details were kept vague. Rebs also stated the next mainline Halo game is in the works as well. So these projects aren't replacing the next Master Chief story. However, that game is probably much further out by comparison. All right. So we hit that article on the head. Remove. Boom. Oh, we can. All right. So based on what we just heard, you guys excited to hear about the next Halo this week?
I mean, sure. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just like it's the heart of the Halo team, Bungie, the original Bungie people. It's like they did what they did. They sent off their love letter. I love Master Chief. I mean, if they're going to make another Halo theme or Halo games that are not like Halo 7, but are going to be new games. Like I'm pretty sure it's going to. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be some Halo War tactical game, and the second one's going to be like some weird like Halo like academy game where like you have your custom Spartan because all the Spartan 4s are now like out there. So it's probably going to be something like that. Like it's going to be like a Halo Academy and probably like a Halo Wars 3. That's what I picture it as. Do I think it's going to be bad? No, I think it's going to be okay, but it's not going to be like something that's going to blow like or be like, oh my god, this is the best game ever. And also the fact that it's not Fortnite, but it's not a battle royale like Fortnite, but it's going to have custom maps and custom and what was it, player based generated
user generated
content.
Yeah,
as or user generated content. I see what they're trying to do because everybody wants to make that community. I think it's going to be like some weird like Spartan Academy type game where you build your character as like trying to become a Spartan 4 and got to go through all the training and stuff. So we'll see. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll be okay, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be nothing like groundbreaking.
I'm not sure if it's going to be anything groundbreaking. I don't think that necessarily needs to be groundbreaking. I think the goal of, at least if we're talking about a new Combat Evolved, a remake of Combat Evolved, especially if it's releasing to all platforms, I think it's an attempt to just kind of reground the franchise and like reinvigorate the fans and the player base that loves Halo. You modernize it, give it new features, but it still feels very much like that original Halo that you know and love. And then you also introduce the live service component. That is the big multiplayer game. And when I'm hearing that it's going to be a lot like Fortnite, I'm not thinking that it's going to be a lot like Fortnite in terms of like gameplay, but I think they kind of want Halo to kind of have its own ecosystem the same way Fortnite has, where Fortnite is so much more than that battle royale mode now. I think they kind of want it to be like that, where it just, you can do a lot of other things within, whatever this new Halo game is. So, somebody might make a freaking kart racer game or whatever inside of this universe. Like, it's basically like an engine where people can make all different type of games inside of it. It's kind of where I think they're gonna go when they say trying to be like Fortnite. I think they kind of want, Halo to be kind of like their Roblox, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of the perception that I get. But if that's what their goal is, I kind of feel like, that feels like something more that they should do with like maybe like an Overwatch or even a Minecraft, just depending on how they want to go about doing it. I don't know if that's really a fit for Halo, but hey, that's to each their own. We all have our own ideas, but yeah. What do you think?
I mean, they do have other IPs they could possibly do it for, but I mean, I guess because Halo's like one of their biggest IPs. I mean, they already got their plans for Gears.
But like, being that it's like more sci-fi, maybe it's like you can create your own planets and worlds and have like different things on them or something. Like that might be cool. I
mean, or create your own Halo rings.
Yeah, that might be that might make it more interesting. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, I think the announcement's coming in like 2 days. So
I still think it's going to be it's going to be like a Halo Wars 3, something like that. And the other one's going to be like some weird Spartan Academy type thing where you create your own custom Spartan 4 character and then it has to go through like class and trials and missions and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what they're cooking. Xbox is planning on having a very big year next year, as far as like all of their IPs that they're known for seem to all be releasing in the same year, which is something I don't think we've ever seen before from a IP holder. I don't know. Maybe you can correct me. I mean, I know I've been gaming for a while, but I can't remember like a year where like Mario, Zelda, Star Fox, Donkey Kong, and Metroid all released in the exact same year.
In the same year or within the year? Because I was gonna say GameCube era is within the year. It's the exact same year.
In the same year.
Okay, then no.
Like Kirby, like all
like
of
within a year, I was gonna say yes with the GameCube, but
yeah, in the same year. I don't think we've ever seen that before. That's like, you know, like God of War, Horizon, Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, like that equivalent all releasing in the same year. I don't think we've ever quite seen that. So it'll be interesting. It's interesting. They plan on having a huge year. I guess in a way they're allowed to do that because of you know, the shelter that they have over their head that is Game Pass, where like maybe the sales of the titles may not be as I think it's very hard to release that many games
at once and then make a profit.
Yeah, and like make them all sell, because you know that's like we're talking about like what six to eight like really big games on top of a new Call of Duty coming out next year too. Like, where do you place Halo and Call of Duty next?
I thought Call of Duty was coming out this year.
They release a new Call of Duty every year.
Oh, well, yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have Halo and Call of Duty and Gears all in the same year, all kind of like they're all shooters. I mean, one's a third-person shooter, other two are first-person. But yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting to see how they do that. I am interested to see how they navigate that on top of a new Forza Horizon that's coming next year, on top of a new Fable that's coming next year, on top of maybe I think Clockwork Revolution might come next year. It's a lot of games, and I think Xbox has this unique challenge of placing these games all in a place where they have a chance to sell and be successful. I kind of look forward to seeing how they do that, because even like right now, like this, like it's a challenge to be an Xbox gamer because they're releasing 4 games in like 3 weeks. You got Keeper last week, and then like 4 days later, you got Ninja Gaiden 4. And if you have early access, I think you can play Outer Worlds 2 in like 3 days. And then a week after Outer Worlds official launch, you got Call of Duty coming out. So it's like, it's a, you know, they have an interesting challenge of like where to place all these games. It'll be interesting to see how they do that, especially next year.
Yeah, I mean, besides the challenges, but yeah, well, we will see. We'll see what this Halo Studios can pull as far as trying to get people to get back into the Halo universe, because I mean, they got the dedicated fan base, but definitely has fallen off. A lot of people have moved on because it's
my thumbs are ready. So
we'll see if you get my money or not. We will see.
Yeah, but we have made it to that point in the show. We will be rolling into outros. Hold up. Let me get my banner. All right. So, Nappy Man. Well, before I go into Nappy's outro, I want to thank everyone who made it to this far in the show. Appreciate you guys being here, contributing to the chat. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please share this out. We very much appreciate you guys being here. And it was a great show. I really enjoyed it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Nappy, that said, where can people find you and what will you be playing?
You can find me here on YouTube. I do have multiple controllers I'm working on. As far as the mobile, I have the Vanguard right here, which is a decent mobile controller. That controller review is almost done. Of course, I got my Red Magic 10, which I gotta hurry to get done because they already announced the Red Magic 11. So I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, you've been slipping.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna put it out late anyway, just because I'll be like, I'm gonna make a joke about it. And also, I got these Bayatons controllers. Got the K50 and the K70, which have yet to be released for the Western audience. But because I like to go on AliExpress every now and then, I didn't feel like waiting, so I got the controllers now, and just going to give my thoughts on that. But then, other than that, as far as gaming wise, I'm going to be playing Battlefield 6, of course. I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth a little bit, just to get on that story. Be enjoying that. And also on the mobile end, I'm going to be playing. What am I going to be playing? Tribe 9. I'm going to be playing Tribe 9 because that game is going to shut down November 29th, because that game never should have been a gacha game. And it actually had a really good story. So I'm going to play the last chapter 3 before it goes away forever. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. And as far as I go, you can find me on my channel. I'm starting to make a lot more content now, so you can go to my channel. I will put it right here so you guys can hop on over, check that out, subscribe to that channel. And you can find me on Tuesdays with C Money and Doodle at On Point for Gamers. And right here on the Vitamin G Podcast channel live. So at that point, we've made it this part in the show. I want to say thank you guys for getting your weekly dose of that vitamin G, and we are out. Peace.
All right. See ya.
Oh.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.